Hope everybody had a glorious 4th of July. Anyway, today's topic is, are you a lone wolf or do you like to ride in groups? You know, or I mean, you could even be that you have a special person that you like to ride with all the time. But do you prefer riding alone or in a little group of really close friends, or do you like riding in big groups or packs of riders? Me personally, I like all of it. I like riding by myself, which I'm doing right now. I like riding with Mrs. motomattman a lot. I've got several friends I like riding with on occasion. I like riding in middle-sized groups of riders, you know, 10, 15, which I call middle-sized. You know, I talked before, when I lived in Virginia Beach, there were like 30 or so of us that rode together on a regular basis. You know, the largest group of riders I ever rode with was when I lived in Virginia Beach, and my group of buddies that I hung out with, excuse me, we went for a ride, a blood run is what it was. It was a ride to go donate blood, like a charity ride kind of thing. And there, I don't remember, it's been so long, I don't remember exactly how many there were on this blood run, but there were well over 500 riders. Now obviously we had to take off, you know, a little bit staggered. We had police escort kind of deal because it was a planned charity kind of deal. But it was really cool. I mean, we didn't go very fast. I mean, we were putting through town. But it was also kind of different. You know, we went on this blood run and everybody went to this predetermined location to give blood, and then we went for a cookout. The really weird thing about it was that the mixture of people riding. I mean, obviously, you know, you had cruisers, you had sport bikes, you had dual purpose bikes, you know, there was all kinds of different bikes and trikes and whatnot. But the most unusual thing was you had the Blue Knights riding in it, which, for those of you that don't know, that's a police motorcycle group. You had different Christian riding groups and sober riding groups, but you also had a chapter of the Hells Angels that was riding in this. And like I said, at the end of the ride, everybody got together and had barbecue, you know, and drinks and whatnot. But you had the Blue Knights partying with the Hells Angels. And it was cool to see, but it was kind of weird, like we were in some kind of alternate universe or something. But that was the biggest group that I ever rode in. You know, and I'd like to know how you guys feel. And also, another thing is, do you like spontaneous rides where, even if you're in a group, that you and some buddies or whatever just meet up at somebody's house or some parking lot or whatever, then you guys and girls go for a ride? Or do you like things that are planned out? you know, planned rides. We're gonna go here and we're gonna go there. We're gonna stop at this place. We're gonna stop at that place. You know, we're gonna eat at this time at this place. Do you like those kind of rides, or do you like, hey, let's all go out for a ride and we end up where we end up and we stop when we need to stop or want to stop? You know, what do you prefer? I kind of like it both ways. I probably prefer the more spontaneous rides over everything being pre-planned out. You know, it's kind of like, I'll be honest, when the family and I go on vacation, I prefer driving over flying, and the main reason is we get there when we get there, and if we see something cool along the way to stop, then we stop there. You know, whereas when you're in the plane, it's all about getting there. Whereas when you drive, part of the vacation is the trip to get to wherever your final destination is. And I kind of like that a little bit better. So I kind of guess I prefer the just everybody gets together and let's go for a ride kind of thing. This Mercury in front of me is going to drive me nuts. But I'm kind of interested in what you all think. You know, pre-planned out ride, spontaneous ride, a ride by yourself, a ride with a couple of friends, or a big major ride with, you know, tens or hundreds of people. What's your preference? And I guess it goes kind of along with it, is there a special place that you like to ride to? Or maybe even a place that you haven't ridden to that you want to ride to? You know, a bucket list kind of thing. I'll be honest with you, a bucket list thing of mine is Sturgis. Never been to Sturgis, never been to Daytona Bike Week. Want to hit both of those. Don't know how it's going to work, you know, with having the kids, you know. But both of those places are kind of bucket list kind of places to go and hang out, you know, and ride. You know, around here, I don't really have a favorite place to ride to. Right now I got some errands to run, so I'm heading into town to run my errands. Got to go to the gas station. Need to go to Walmart, an auto parts store. Just pick up a couple little things small enough I could throw in my pockets. But anyway, let me know what you think. What do you prefer? And if you've been on a big ride, what's the largest group? Or whether you've been on a big ride or not, what's the largest group you've been part of a ride for? Alright, I've gone on a couple of like rides with the local hog chapter before I moved here when I lived in the Akron area. Mrs. motomattman and I were both part of the local hog chapter there. Obviously I wasn't taking the Honda on those rides, I was taking the Sporty, but you know, been on some of those rides as well. But you know, let me know what you think. What do you prefer? And what's the largest group you rode with? And if it, you know, if you rode with a large group, was there a purpose to the ride, or was it just, you know, one of those things we're all getting together and we're going to go for a ride? Boy, a day like today, those would be fun. For Ohio, it's pretty humid today. Humidity's in the 90s, and it's in the low 80s, which for this part of Ohio makes it feel really hot. So those jet skis be a nice change today. But anyway, I'm probably going to end it here. Getting ready to get to the gas station. But like I said, let me know those things. Put them down in the comments. And hopefully you were able to get out on 2 this weekend. And anytime you get on 2, remember, keep the shiny side up, the rubber side down. If you like what you see, click that like and that subscribe button, and make sure you punch that bell to get notifications whenever I upload any new content.